Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first episode of my Stardew Valley challenge here in The Sims 3. Before we get too far, I just want to touch on a few things. First of all, I want to thank all the custom content creators that created any of the Sims or lots that I'm using in the save. I did try to make a lot of the lots myself, but at one point I did end up getting quite overwhelmed and had to download a few to help fill in where I couldn't build them myself. I also downloaded all of the Stardew Valley bachelors and bachelorettes made into the Sims form by two lovely creators who I will link below. Second, while preparing to start filming this first episode, I came across the fact that the creator of the original rules that I was following did indeed delete their blog. It is unfortunate, but I decided instead of getting too deterred, I would try to rewrite the rules to the best of my ability that I could remember, and I also changed a few things here and there. So instead of this being a just total playthrough, this is a bit of a testing as well kind of playthrough to see if these rules work. If anyone is interested in the rules at any point, let me know and I can link them down below for you guys to see and try playing yourself. And last but not least, I chose a very poor day to film this and I apologize now. We are getting some windows put in, and so I am currently sitting here with my two dogs and my cat, and so there may be some breaks here and there. If they do start barking, I will try to make it as little as possible. I'm also getting over a bit of a sickness, and I'm not too used to just talking while I play, so like I said, I'm going to try to keep the breaks and everything between speaking and awkward silences to a minimum, but I do know that there will probably be a good amount. But with that being said, let's get into the gameplay. So here we have Edwin, our lovely founder, Edwin Greenfield, and let's go over his traits quickly to just review if you didn't see his creator sim. So he loves the outdoors, is a gatherer, eco-friendly, an animal lover, and an angler. His favorites are indie, cookies, and the color orange, and he is a Pisces. I have my age settings set to quite a high limit, so he is currently has 92 days. I am going to quickly change that using Master Controller to have him at the basic age, if I can remember how to do this. So now he has his full age. I'll go over a few of my settings here as well with you guys. So I do have the lifespan set to match the seasons. So I have the young adult and adults both being equal to 4 months worth, so 28 times 4, and then I made each age kind of equal, similar, and I just left it at an even 400 days in total. I also will be setting these up, and then I just have it set to a single lunar phase, as I'm not a big fan of playing with the lunar phase on. And then last but not least, if you're curious, I'm just gonna get rid of I feel like horses can stay, but this is what I'm gonna kind of have my settings set as. For this, I also have a lot of Master Controller settings that I can go over in another video if anyone is curious. But with that being said, let's get into this. This is his cute little house here. I did have to uninstall my game at one point and reinstall it, so if anything looks different from when you watched the video of me building it to now. This is why. I had a bunch of store content and I changed where I got my store content, so it ended up replacing some of it, but I tried to get it for the most part back to how it is. I do notice one thing that I would like to change back if possible, but let's see. But even I do. Beautiful. Alright. And then I'll just reset. So in the rules, I do say that they are to start with a funds of $200. So I need to add not very good at math, so I apologize. So start with $200 to buy your first plants and everything. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with sending him over. This is our little town. Send him over to shop for some groceries and get some seeds. So while he's running, even though he does have a bike, I'm just gonna go over a few of the rules. So you can start with a male or female. I recommend starting with a young adult, and then seasons are 28 days long each, and the lifespan is set to be equivalent to that. And then I also have it where, sorry, gotta move things around. I also have it where you can only plant certain crops during certain seasons, as it is similar in the Stardew Valley game. Don't know why I did that. So for the season he is in, which I can't remember if we're starting in spring or summer, we're starting in summer. So also we have one of our first townies just here. We'll say hello to him after. But our first one is summer, so we can grow lemons, blueberries, corn, watermelon, tomatoes. And really anything that you feel is summery. These are more my recommendations. But let's buy some tomatoes. Let's get, I don't know, 5 tomatoes. Some lemon trees. I don't know, we'll go 5 again. It's a nice number. Corn. And watermelon. And then we don't have a lot more money, but we might be able to get some blueberries if I can find them. There we are. Perfect. So that gives us 5 of everything that I listed. Like I said, you can choose whatever you want, but this is what I'm going with. So let's buy those. And let's go say hello to our first townie. So this is a sim of Alex from the game. His blush is very bright for some reason, but I will just leave that there. And we'll just get to know Alex here. I always ask age, ask gender preference, gossip maybe. I don't know, we'll let them talk a little bit. Just load up a bunch of things for them to talk about. Can't remember. There we go. We can get some notifications as the town is loading up, and we have another one. We have Harvey's here as well. So we'll say hello to Harvey as well after we're done. And we also have another sim coming up here. It's gonna have us quickly save. I do have a mod that has me save every half an hour of gameplay. Or at least it should be every half an hour, maybe set 15 minutes. Let me just quickly check that. My game doesn't really tend to crash, but I like to be safer rather than sorry. So it is every 15. I'm going to change it to 30 minutes. We should be good. But it has been known to crash before or get really hot. And I don't want to lose anything if possible, so I'm just gonna go. Let's see if Elliot stays around enough for us to say hello as well. Just gonna speed it up so make sure we get to say hello. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. It's very popular here today. We'll just wait till she comes back out. Stop reading the book. Cool down. Yeah, we'll cool down later. So these two seem to like each other, so we'll get to know her a little more before we go anywhere. So we'll chat, consider attraction, gender preference, and age. And then we will gossip. And he wants to learn Leah's signs, so that's good. Everyone seems to be making friends today. Don't know why I keep getting that pop-up. It's quite annoying. I'm hoping it will go away. Eventually, I think it's because I do not let any immigration into the town, because I'm trying to keep the town nice and small. See, they rank each other 10 out of 10. That's good. Good. We like that. Right. Wants to watch a wild horse. I do like to try to keep with their gender preference as well. If you're wondering why I asked all their gender preferences, I just like to not force anything. So she is straight, which is good, and she's 20 days older. So that's good. We're just gonna head home for now. And let him just touch up on his stuff. The other things that I have installed as a mod is the grocery mod. So I will be putting some of his harvestables in if necessary. Right now we're good, so he should be able to have lunch. He's also not allowed to have any quick meals. He has to make his own lunches, so we'll get him to make that. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna get him to plant his stuff. So let's plant these quickly. So you can't plant the watermelon yet, which is fine. And there we go. Didn't have space for it anyway, so it worked out. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Put that one in for him. Put that there. Put the book away. And then he can serve some salad for dinner. Now I'm not going to use this really at this moment until I think he reaches level 7, I think, of gardening. I'm going to have him have to manually garden everything, so that's my plan. If anyone really thinks that it's cheating or anything, let me know and I can just get rid of it. It's not that big a deal, I just liked how it looked. Alright, and I'm finish up. And should be good. So the first few days I feel are going to be a little boring. It's mostly just going to be me getting him started on fishing, his gardening, and just meeting townies around town. So I'll do that, work on his cooking skill, put away leftovers after he's done, and it will be good. And I love the Sims just putting random plates on the ground, and then I'll send him for an early bed. So the alarm clock is going to be set for him. So he has to go to bed before 2 o'clock in the morning, which is similar to the Stardew Valley rules, so that he doesn't lose money or health. And he has to get up at 6 in the morning, so unless anything happens interesting between now and then, I will be back. Alright, so we are back and Edwin is now waking up. And so we're just gonna get him ready for the day. I also tweaked some settings overnight, so we should stop getting that annoying notice up in the top corner. There's his alarm going off, so we'll turn that off. I've never really used the alarm clock system before in The Sims. I did in The Sims 2, but I haven't in The Sims 3. So it will be fun playing with that. I'm just gonna have him have some salad while we wait, and then send him out to go and tend his garden. His garden looks pretty good so far. It's a nice morning. Nice clouds, sky is gorgeous. And no complaints from me. Speed this up a little bit. Alright. So it does water the plant, so I am going to get rid of it. I'm not going to sell it. Just going to put it in the family inventory. And we'll use it at a later time. We also have a seed here to pick up, so that's exciting. And the town festival has arrived. So one of the other rules that I have is that they have to go to every town festival, which is the last Thursday of every season. So they have to go to at least 3 out of 4. I'm gonna try to get it where they have to go to everyone, and they have to try to win. Either like in the spring, it's the spring dance king or queen. And pumpkin carving, I think, or snowboarding, like those types of things. We're gonna try to get them to win every time. So he's off doing his thing. He wants to fertilize his plants. We can get him to do that if after he's done what he's doing now. Let's get him busy. And I'm also just, because I'm picky that way, I'm just gonna move that closer so they're all in line. Okay, so he's just gonna fertilize his plants, and he wants to pick up 3 seeds. We'll see what we can do. And today I think I'm gonna send him off fishing. So there is a nice fishing spot right beside his house, so we'll go there and see what we can get. And there's some people here, so we have a tourist, which I'm pretty sure I turned off tourism in this town, but that's okay. And some horses. And then we're just gonna let him fish. And he's gonna catch a horse. I'm really confused why the horses are here. And the tourist. I think there were a few tourists left in town before I turned it off, so that is on me. We're just gonna get him fish for a little bit. Probably until he gains fishing skill. And then we will get them off into town and see. Get him into town and get him to meet more people, so let's get him going on that. And I do have quite a few lots here. Let's get him to go over let's go to the library and see who we meet. The library is one of the buildings I built myself, and I'm actually quite proud of it, so that's always good. And there's a bunch of Sims here. Yeah, there's so many tourists in this town that I think just got stuck here, so I'll let them talk to them, but I probably will end up deleting them at some point. I'd rather keep this lot or this save as small as possible just to avoid lag. There's also a stone there, so I think I'm gonna go get and pick that up. And then there's not really any of the actual Stardew Valley Sims on this lot. So instead, let's try this store. This is a bakery and gaming. Originally it was a bakery and bookstore. Looks like there's some random things floating there that dealt with, but now it's a bookstore and game place. I don't know why it's so dark in here, but it's okay. Let's get him to play pool. Yeah, I think I gave up mid-decorating this because I did put those there. Probably the game crashed and I got angry. But I'll fix that at a later time. Okay, apparently I will fix that now. Let's do that quickly. Just quickly go in and move these out of the way. This way they should be able to use the table. Nice, okay. Hopefully he'll be able to use the table now. And I'm hoping people will start to show up. Not really sure why it's so empty. It's kind of annoying, but get there. Apparently Shane is having some difficulty, so while he's playing pool, I'm gonna go check over here and see if I can figure out. So this is where Shane and Penny live. see if I can figure out what is happening here and why we're having routing issues. I don't even know if they're home. It does say that they are, so I'm just gonna open their house. And try to figure out where they are. Okay, she's playing video games, so she's fine, and he seems fine. He's in her place and she's in his place, which I think is funny, but whatever they want. It's their life. But okay, they seem okay. I'm not sure why I keep getting a routing issue for them. I think I'm just gonna reset their lot. So first I'm gonna close, and then I'm gonna go reset lot. See if that helps them at all. I'm not sure if it will, but we'll figure it out. And is there anyone over here yet? No, unfortunately not. But that's okay. We will just keep moving around until we find some people. Maybe if we go to the town festival, we will finally bump into some people. And he wanted to come here anyway, so it works out. And look, he's so happy. There's seeds for him to grab. So let's grab those. There's actually a lot of seeds and flowers and just everything here. I did not make this lot, first and foremost, but it is very pretty nonetheless, and I can't remember the exact person that did create this lot, but I will link them below as well. Thank you, and look, one of our townies. It is good old Sam, my favorite. So let's get to know Sam a little bit. Ask about gender, age. I did make sure that all of these guys got like jobs and things, and skills based off of their likes and everything. So not sure what job he got, as I don't have every job available in town, but we will find out. So Sam is gay. Good to know. I wonder who he will end up with then. Sorry, I need to take a drink. Not used to talking this much. He's the same age and everything. I do have my story progression set to fairly slow, so it might be a while till we start seeing people start dating, tell them some funny stuff, we'll gossip, we'll get to know. Books about fishing, why not? And then I think there's a little more over there. What a gecko. Cute. I think we're gonna get these guys his Edwin's. Well, I can't speak at all. Why can't I get into the bath? Not sure why I couldn't get in here, but now we're here. Which one is mine? Get some of his needs better. This is strange. I'm not sure why it's giving me such strife, but that's okay. because I think we'll just head home now. Perfect. And he's gonna take a taxi, which I do have a mod that they have to pay for it, so it will be added to his bills, but that's okay. I do believe I gave him a bike, so I'm not really sure why. Oh jeez, what is happening? So glitchy, sorry about that. What is happening? Keeps glitching me back to the park. Give me a second to see if I can figure out what its problem is. It's probably because I opened this. There we go. I'm not sure why it was getting so confused, but he is taking care of himself and he's gonna have some salad. Sorry. Nudge the microphone. Sit out there and eat his salad. And then I'm gonna get him to use, take a bath. And then it's getting pretty late, but we're still doing okay time-wise. And then we will send him to bed. Oh, what is happening out here? Oh, he is getting abducted by aliens. Now, that is not what I expected to end this episode on, but we'll let him get abducted, and then when he gets back, I guess that's when we'll end the episode. And off he goes. Alright. Well, not much we can do until he gets back, but not what I expected. Alright, let's get him into bed. He is exhausted and probably pretty scared, yeah, from the abduction, but we'll send him into bed. His alarm clock is set. And with that, I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm hoping these episodes are going to be about between 30 to 45 minutes each, and I will probably be recording 1 to 2 every time I record. I am quite busy right now with work, so I'm not sure when the next episode will be out, but hopefully sooner rather than later. But thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, leave a comment, a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.